On a cold, rainy evening, Daniel, a 28-year-old office worker, sat alone at a bus stop. He had just lost his job, his savings were almost gone, and the woman he loved had left him. As cars rushed by, he stared at the wet pavement, wondering if life would ever get better. An old man carrying a worn leather bag quietly sat beside him. "You look like you're carrying the weight of the world," the old man said with a gentle smile. Daniel sighed. "Everything I've worked for is gone. I don't even know what to do anymore." The old man nodded. Sometimes, life removes what's comfortable to make room for what's meant for you. Daniel wasn't in the mood for advice, but something about the stranger's calm voice made him listen. The old man reached into his bag and handed Daniel a small notebook. "Write down 3 things every day: what you're grateful for, what you've learned, and one thing you'll do tomorrow to move forward." Daniel looked confused. "That's it?" he asked. The old man smiled. The biggest changes often begin with the smallest habits. Before Daniel could ask another question, his boss arrived. When he turned back to thank the old man, he was gone. Over the next few weeks, Daniel decided to follow the stranger's advice. Every morning, he wrote in the notebook. He began reading books, learning new skills online, exercising, and applying for jobs with renewed confidence. Days turned into months. One afternoon, Daniel was offered a position at a growing technology company. The salary was better than his previous job, and for the first time in years, he genuinely enjoyed going to work. He never stopped using the notebook. 5 years later, Daniel had become the CEO of his own successful company. He often told his employees that success wasn't built in a single day, it was built one small step at a time. But there was one thing he never forgot. The stranger. He searched everywhere for the old man. He checked the bus station, asked local shop owners, and even posted online, but no one seemed to know who he was. One evening, while walking past the same bus stop where they had met, Daniel noticed another young man sitting there with tears in his eyes. Without hesitation, Daniel sat beside him. "You look like you're carrying the weight of the world," he said. The young man looked up in surprise. Daniel smiled, reached into his bag, and handed him a brand new notebook. "Write down 3 things every day: what you're grateful for, what you've learned, and one thing you'll do tomorrow to move forward." As Daniel walked away, he realized something powerful. Maybe the stranger wasn't meant to stay in his life forever. Maybe he was only meant to start a chain of hope that would continue from one person to another. One kind word, one act of compassion, or one moment with a stranger can completely change someone's life. You may never know the impact you have, but kindness has a way of living on through others.